In fact, let the ICC try to touch an American, then you will see. The Third World War.
True.
Mr. Speaker, in fact, this International Criminal Court should be called the International Criminal Coaching, because what they know is coaching. There's no credible cases going. You can remember the case of the head of state, His Excellency the President. You saw what happened to that case. It just crumbled because they talk a lot, but when it comes to actual cases, there are no facts. It is hearsay. It is a political court. It is not a proper court that serves justice, because it has been proven. We're not creating this. It has happened. And now my brother is there, our leader. And is being subjected to the same kangaroo court. Therefore, I beg this House to see the wisdom of getting out of this treaty and leave this constitution, which was drafted by activists. And these activists are always activating against everything and nothing at all, and leaving us in this particular situation. So, I beg this House, in your wisdom, and I know you're wise people, you look wise. Even you on the other side, you look wise. I know it's hard to believe, but you look wise. Exercise that wisdom and see, we need to save the dignity of this country. So I beg to move the International Treaty Agreement Amendment Bill of 2015. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, any member seconding? Yes, Honorable Karemba Sheds.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving that opportunity. Yes, I would like to second that motion that my friend and right honorable minister, Kip, has brought forth. We are black people. Why do we always choose to be second? Why would we always choose to be second after these white people? Yeah? We have our own problems, our own unique problems. They have their own unique problems wherever it is that they are. Do we see them bringing them to us? Yeah. They do not. Why? And then we talk about we don't want racism, we are past slavery. What do you call that? Is it love? It is not love. They're still above us. It looks like they're still above us. We are not independent. They're still above us. So we have to change this. As Africa, we have to rise up and take matters into our own hands, solve our own issues, our own way, our own design, because when we as the government went there, and our human rights activists went there and decided to sign those treaties, the terms and conditions were not what we have settled for now. Yes, we wanted help. We did not want to be humiliated. And what we are getting now is not what we had advocated for. So as Africa, we must rise up. We must rise up against the West. If we don't do that now, nobody will do it for us. Nobody will do it for us. And as Kenyans, we have to start. If we do not start, the rest of Africa would not do that. So I don't see why learned fellas like you would refuse to do that. I mean, it's simple. Let's take matters into our own hands. We want to do our own things, our own way. I think that's how it should go. Thank you.
So, thank you, members. Yes, Honorable Songwa.
Mr. Speaker, it is not my norm to actually contribute or rather debate this calmly. But today I feel pushed to the limit. By just sitting down here and watching and feeling the acrimonious animosity and the level of anger that the government side is using to push this thing, Mr. Speaker. If I make a little biblical allusion, Mr. Speaker, in his apostolic epistle, Apostle Paul actually advises us piously that we should be our brother's keeper. Mr. Speaker,
yes.
ICC is our keeper. Mr. Speaker, this country needs ICC today more than we needed it before. Mr. Speaker, members from this very government participated in signing this treaty, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, ICC is the pandemonium that this country needs to move forward in the true spirit of harmony, peace, and unity, Mr. Speaker.
Order, members.
And Mr. Speaker, they are misleading the House by suggesting or purporting to lead this country that ICC belongs to the Western powers.
Yes. It doesn't.
Mr. Speaker, how many times when Baba was here, he championed that these cases be dealt with locally.
Yes.
What did they say? The very people, Mr. Speaker, they told us, don't be vague, let's go to...
Hey, now they are there.
Why the sudden change of heart? Because you were expecting Baba to be there. No. Now that muna musalaba yenu, beba musalaba. Mr. Speaker, I stand here to strongly oppose.
Yes.
If there were some nuts I would add into the opposition to strengthen our capability of opposing this motion, I will do it, Mr. Speaker. I stand to oppose the motion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Sungwa. Yes, Honorable Kerauni Mutoge.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As you are aware that Africans have a unique way of solving their issues. Africans have a unique way of calling. Mr. Speaker, when I was in primary school, there was a song that we used to sing, Africani, Africani, number 28, and went for a walk.
What is Honorable this?
Mr. Speaker, that song was not African. It was a band that was public band.
Were you the composer?
No, Mr. Speaker, but it is clear, not African.
Maybe it's more edged than you. At their time, maybe they're singing in a different version. Honorable this. Honorable Kerauni.
According to where I come from, that's how we used to sing it, right? And this honorable, who is too young in this house, in fact, ananuka maziwa mamake kwa mdomo. She's too young. She's too young to correct Aundi Muzee, who has stayed in this house for a long time as a speaker.
So Honorable this, maybe you listen to the remix of the song. Maybe it was a remix. But it could be. I can trust that the Honorable Kerauni's version could be more original because it's older than you.
If you look at it, Mr. Speaker, there is no Somali person who has been arrested to appear in ICC. There is nobody from Iraq. There is no Iraqian who has been taken to ICC, Mr. Speaker. Look at Afghanistan. They are fighting every hour, every minute, but nobody has been taken to ICC. So I stand here to support that we should immediately withdraw those cases and let them be brought in this house. We talk, and then at the end of all, we are our brothers, all right? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Withdraw the cases or withdraw the nation from the ICC?
I agree with you, Mr. Speaker, to withdraw the nation from ICC.
Yes, Honorable this.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We are not living in our past. And whatever Mr. Kerauni is talking about is our past, Mr. Speaker. We cannot withdraw. We cannot withdraw the cases, Mr. Speaker. We cannot withdraw anything from ICC, Mr. Speaker. The sense, if you are fearing international help, we have always had international help from I don't know when.
Okay, we have a point of order from Honorable Sungwa. Please.
Thank you, Speaker. I will remind myself to keep my calm. Otherwise, I can launch my hand in the lithosphere, and some people.
And I cannot allow that.
I know, Mr. Speaker.
I cannot allow that.
Let me maintain my calm.
You better.
Thank you, Speaker. I rise on a point of order, Mr. Speaker, to request that you give direction as what the Constitution of this country says, Mr. Speaker. The honorable member cannot stand here, Mr. Speaker, no matter how hot her hunger is. It cannot cook anything. We must follow the law. Mr. Speaker, if at all it comes to the level of voting, whether to remove the nation from the ICC or not, the law says the Constitution has it that we must go to a referendum. And Mr. Speaker, Honorable Kip only represents 75,000 Kenyans. Kenyans are over 40 million. The whole government represents, is it 6 million? We represent 34 million remainder, plus the ones abroad. It goes to 35, Mr. Speaker. We represent a majority, and they must be heard, Mr. Speaker.
The government, if you have the majority.
Mr. Speaker.
QTV ni mambo yote.
To download this song as your ringtone, SMS the keyword below to 22455.
Your mind can be transformed. Mold your destiny. You have the power. You can redefine your possibilities. It's all about what you feed your mind. Begin your transformation today. Tech University. Invent your future.
Zindua Chapa gives you a grand opportunity to win the biggest grand prize of 50 million shillings. Simply SMS your name to 29299 now. Other prizes include 1 million shillings every week, 100,000 shillings daily, and 5,000 shillings every hour. You are a winner. Change your life instantly. It's easy. SMS your name to 29299 now. And Zindua Chapa.
This only represents a few millions people registered who voted Mr. Speaker, because everyone from the area voted. Everyone. That's what
Even the dead.
Even the dead. Mr. Speaker. And the only 6 million.
Yes, Honorable Karembo Shes.
Saddening when grown people who I have always known to be educated prove that indeed they are not as educated as we thought. Be good losers. Accept to lose. You lost. We won. We want the law amended. We want to change things. We are the people who win. If you want to change them, we change them. That is why we are the government. You lose, you keep quiet, or you lose inside. Why? We are the winners on that.
We never lose. We've never lost the elections from independence. We've never lost. But Abarakadabra, Mr. Speaker. But you must now be ready to carry your own cross. Honorable Kitkin, we know all the processes you've tried from option A to option Z. You tried it was called the subtle diplomacy. When our current deputy Baba was being lied to by you. Yeah? He moved from one country to another country. Today, America, failure. Britain, Gonga Kota. China, Ching Chung Ha, that means Gonga Kota. South Africa. Zuma was dancing, had no time for him. You failed! Then you changed the pact, trying to muscle Africa to go with you. You should know some Africans, like M7. What did he do? Instead, he is actually giving clients to ICC. He is a good businessman with ICC. Yeah? It is time you realize who your true friends are. And it is time you realize who mean well for you. We really mean well for you. We don't mean any harm for you. But procedure is procedure. And the law must be upheld, Mr. Speaker. We shall stand to be counted as people who purport to have this country grow as other countries of the world, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, and I rest my case.
Yes, Honorable Kirauni.
Let me thank my running friend for talking too much and achieving a very big goal.
Order members, order.
Mr. Speaker.
That's a bit painful for a former classmate.
I think your classmates from Harvard, you'll sort out that.
All right, Speaker.
Avoid being emotional. Sometimes being a man, you just have to ignore some things. Yes,
Mr. Speaker, pretenders will never see the kingdom of heaven. They will only smell, Mr. Speaker. The other day...
Is it another one from your Harvard books or from the Bible?
That one is
the Meru Bible.
Is a very small...
or from Meru.
Underline it, Mr. Speaker. Let me tell you, Mr. Speaker, when they roast, when they went for Kajiando, they sent the IMBC shouldn't go home. But the same IMBC that they are presenting their nomination papers of their own candidate, Mr. Speaker. One Chaitanya Chidwe. Chaitanya Chidwe.
Don't be a reverend here.
Yes, let me tell you, Mr.
Prepare
Speaker.
that for Sunday.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So, I would like every member of this house washikane mikono, tuchinja kang'ombe, tukunywa kasup, tuimbe kidogo, tundance pamoja, tucheze kidogo, tushikane mkono.
Okay,
right?
All that.
Tuseme tumesamea. Tuseme tumesamea.
Order.
Tumesamea.
Order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Gwang.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I suggest and I oppose with the strongest terms that we must stay in the ICC, Mr. Speaker. Yes. The ICC is the best thing for this country. Yes. Mr. Speaker, judging by the judicial system of this country, Mr. Speaker, we cannot trust some cases in this country. Let those people go to the ICC, present their case. If they are innocent, the case will decide, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Kip.
Mr. Speaker, I don't think the honorable member of Gwang is very honest with himself by trying to cast aspersions on the judiciary, our judiciary and its capabilities, Mr. Speaker. And it's a clear fact, like when we hammered them during the elections, well, in the first place, they ran very fast there to look for justice to the Supreme Court. And they respected the decision of that court, Mr. Speaker. If it was good, then why is that not good for everything else, Mr. Speaker? Ocampo came with a lot of promises here. That is I had a watertight case. But it turned out it was a political, it was a couple. Let's pick 3 there and 3 here, Mr. Speaker. You've seen how those cases have been crumbling. Even there are no witnesses, Mr. Speaker. It's still, how low can we sink as a country, Mr. Speaker? Even my district court in Kapsapet Magistrate Court is much better, it's much organized. You cannot get that nonsense, Mr. Speaker. So let us be factual as we are with this case and not play politics.
Yes, Krauni.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sometimes in this wrong time ago in this house, I said this. Sometimes it's not good to read history in books. History is experienced. You cannot tell your child that the fire burns your hand or your finger. Let them touch so that next time you will know that fire is bad. Kenya, Kenya, Kenya ni nchi yetu, Kenya.
Honorable Krauni. You can spare that for Mashujaa Day. Yes, Honorable Ogwang.
Mr. Speaker, I was suggesting this, Mr. Speaker. I heard him talk about the cases having no witnesses. But we all know what happened very well, that there was interference with witnesses. Mr. Speaker, we are going even to ask the ICC to come and take over even the work of the IBC. Let the election next time be under full watch of the IBC. So that when the election teams come to steal the election, they are captured on the spot. Before they even interfere with the witnesses or the evidence or even the samples. And if this House continues to debate this law, then, Mr. Speaker, me and the opposition members will walk out.
Order, members.
We can do it again.
Honorable Ogwang, I will not tolerate you trying to incite honorable members to abscond their rightful duties in the House.
But
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Karembo says.
How sad. Bitter, losers, semi-illiterate opposition members. It is
I won't allow you to go that way. Please.
How about a vote, Mr. Speaker?
Point of
How about leaving?
Is that the point of order you're supposed to say?
No. The point of order was he keeps saying we are thieves. He keeps saying we are thieves. Yes, we won.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
Shortly.
Very shortly, Mr. Speaker. I will spend very few seconds. Mr. Speaker, when a dog barks at you, you don't get angry at the dog. You look for the owner. So we have no problem with you.
Who's the dog?
Just bark. But Mr. Speaker, the point is, I will, with all my weight, support what Honorable Ogwang has said. We are in ICC to stay. That is it. And if you attempt a vote, this officially that the person will go out, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
So it was in history that we never think about this,
You are
Mr.
rising
Speaker.
on a point of order.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. I do not understand what you're coming to do here, Mr. Speaker. We came here to make laws, Mr. Speaker. We came to debate on relevant...
Honorable, this...
I'm sorry, Mr. Speaker, but this is what I am trying to say. I am sorry, Mr. Speaker. But if we are withdrawing from ICC, then we are withdrawing from everything else. We do not want international help. And if that is what we can do, then we can call ourselves Kenyans and go back home and be leaders from the villages, Mr.
Okay,
Speaker.
I'll give Honorable Kip before I hear what Honorable Wambo. She has been so silent. Yes, Honorable Kip.
Mr. Speaker, for a person with sufficient quantities of common sense, when you hear someone saying that let us bring the the ICC to stand in for IPC to oversee elections, I think surely what kind of reasoning is that?
Honestly.
ICC is a criminal court. What does it have to do with the conduct of elections, Mr. Speaker? It's and that is why...
All the members.
Mr. Speaker, that's why we wonder if that's the level of reasoning. And we have people reminding us every day that, this side has Professor so-and-so, it has Dr. so-and-so, Senior Counsel so-and-so.
Okay, Honorable Kip.
But
I think that's enough.
But look at that reasoning. What we are saying is, why post to that big titles and you cannot reason properly? Why don't we form a commission of inquiry to find out where these people get these papers from Papa to all these sycophants?
Okay, I think if this debate ends before I give a chance to Honorable Wambo, then she may swallow me outside the House. Honorable Wambo.
Never bring the name of Baba inside.
Order, Honorable Sungwa. Order. Honorable Wambo.
Mheshimiwa. Sasa nasikia vibaya kabisa. Unajua kimwafrika mheshimiwa, mtu haonyeshi ushi. Sasa ile kitu inafanya nisikie vibaya. Ushi.
Nakedness.
Tunaenda ICC kuonyesha mwili. Sasa hiyo aibu gani? Hiyo ICC tuache hiyo maneno yake ipotee, tuashane nayo kabisa. Hata kwani nauliza ni pesa gapi kutoa hata hii mnaita KICC? Tutoe hii ICC ibaki K. Uwe Kenya. Kuleta
Honorable Wambo.
Mr. Speaker, weka order ndani ya house. Mr. Speaker, oh. Mr. Speaker, order kwenye house. Mr. Speaker, maswali ya pumbavu hatutaki. Mr. Speaker, toa watu nje. Mr. Speaker, order, eh. Mr. Speaker.
tafakari utakayoweza kufanya na shilingi milioni 50.
Nikashinda 50 million shillings. Nezaanza kifranchise ya malebo poa.
Tuma jina lako kwa 29299 na pesa hizo zaweza kuwa zako.
Destruction, devastation, the trails of terror left behind by violent extremist groups. Too much innocent blood has been shed. The perpetrators of this monstrous act call it holy war. We, the Kenyan Muslims, call it murder. To stay brave, all Kenyans must come together and address violent extremism and terrorism. Come, let us do it together. Building resilience, building peace. Be a part of the brave movement.
Leave it. Hey, wewe, mbona umechelewa kuja kazini afu umekuja hapa unakaa unaanza kusocialize badala ya kuingia kazini uchange?
Can I get a latte?
Can you afford?
I'll spend my last time, not spoil myself.
Sure. I know you don't like being called a hero, but for this one, you should accept people's gratitude. You are the best. It's the best thing you've ever done.
QTV.
Wakurugenzi wawili wa kampuni ya ardhi eneo la Maragwa wauawa kinyama. Sadakta mtazamaji, hujambo na karibu kwenye toleo letu la jioni kwa leo. Ni kutumai kokote ambako
wakurugenzi wa kuelekea Nairobi wenye hisa ya kupita.
Hayo walihudhuriwa na wasanii wa humu nchini.
Ulipitia katikati mwa jiji. Ukafululiza hadi katika uwanja wa kitaifa wa michezo wa Nyayo, ambako maombi yalifanyika na viongozi waliokuwemo kuhutubu, huku waziri wa utamaduni, michezo na sanaa Hassan Wario akiwasilisha ujumbe wa rais.
Huyu mzee aliyelala hapa ni genius. Hebu angalia vile umetengeza mtu. Amejibandika jina Ujwani. Wakatengeza mama kaya hii. Ya pili na wakuomba
yalivyoendeshwa. waliofika hapa wakimtakia pumziko la amani. Wasanii kutoka pembe zote nchini wamefika hapa katika makaburi ya Lang'ata kumpa mkono wa buriani mwenda zake mzee Ojwang Hatari, na wanaimani kuwa nguzo aliyoweka katika sanaa ya uigizaji itaendelezwa na kufikia kileleni kitaifa na kimataifa. Chris, Nairobi.
Then he came back again and went to the wrong lane, overtaking. Gari zote zenye zilikuwa mbele yangu, they started giving way.
Huku utata ukizidi kushamiri, mjini Limuru jamaa anayesemekana kwa dereva wa Keng'ang'a alifikishwa mahakamani na kushtakiwa kwa mauaji. Simon Kuria Maina alifika mbele ya hakimu mkuu wa Limuru George Odwor alipoachiliwa kwa dhamana ya shilingi 100,000 huku uchunguzi ukiendelea. Kesi hiyo itarejelewa tena Agosti 7. Shadrack Miti, QTV.
Kwingineko
humebika katika husika kuhusiana na ugonjwa wa ukimwi.
A few minutes ago, described by the state to be responsible for over 60% of
emotional commitment to put money into NCDs. 11,000 people against 8 million people. And yet you saw the graphs which have been put by DEVASTATION. We have, as governments, as donors, stakeholders, really change our mindset. Because even here in Kenya, 27,000 are dying because of cancer. So every year, we have about 45,000.
Katibu mkuu amesema kuwa wizara hiyo imeashiria